Immigration attorney, and also to be here to talk about this situation with the government shutdown. And apparently now, not only is it affecting those that are obviously furloughed, right, but also this ripple effect may start really jumping in on all of us as well. So, Kate, welcome in. Thanks for being here.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me on.
So I would imagine in all of this, as we're trying to get immigration figured out around this country and stop the illegals from coming in and build border security, there's the other side of the coin on immigration and reform and trying to get some things done to make the process a little bit better for those that want to come in here and legally do it. We're not anti-immigration. The government and I think U.S. citizens are anti-illegal immigration, and it's certainly run amok over the last 4 years with the Biden administration. But now, with this government shutdown, I guess a lot of that's come to a screeching halt as well.
Sure. I mean, the government shutdown is interesting within the realm of immigration because U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services is funded by the fees that the immigrants pay primarily. So a lot of those petitions will continue going forward, and the immigration courts keep going forward. DHS and ICE and CBP, all of the law enforcement keeps going forward. Mm-hmm. But a lot of the cases that are employment immigration that rely upon the Department of Labor or companies that use E-Verify, H-1B visas, things like that are on hold because of the DOL. And this is at a time when we need immigrant labor more than ever. Just yesterday, the Department of Labor published a rule saying we are about to see shock-induced food shortages in this country because of the immigration enforcement that has gone on. So things are pretty dangerous and messy within the realm of immigration. And to your point, we do need to expand legal immigration and stop this crackdown on all the methods of legal immigration that we do have in this country. It's really important for our economy.
Yeah, it takes a long time to do it, and it's expensive to do it as well. But, everybody that I've talked to that has come to this country and gone through the process, I would say 99% of them are infuriated with all the illegals that are here grabbing jobs. I mean, in your practice and as an immigration attorney, where are you on these illegals versus the legals that are coming in here into this country? I understand we need the workers to come in here, and there are a lot of people that want to better their lives in the United States of America. But in your practice and what you're dealing with, where do most of your cases, if you will, or most concerns end up every day?
I think this thing about we're all for legal immigration and we want to crack down on illegal immigration is a bit of a distraction and a lie. And I think it's really important that we pay attention to that, because if you look at Trump's policies over the last 6 months, he started by attacking birthright citizenship in this country. Then they started going after naturalized citizens. They've gone after permanent residents. They've revoked and canceled student visas. They've canceled temporary protected status. Dreamers in Texas are about to lose their work permission. People who are showing up for their legal court appointments and their ICE check-ins are getting detained and separated from their families. I'm on the ground with these families, visiting their homes when their loved ones have been taken from them. It's real and it's happening, and these are people that are following the legal process. So I think it's really important. I know it's hard to keep up with what all of these policy changes are. It's like my full-time job now, so I understand it. But the reality of the situation is that the Trump administration is not going after just illegal immigration or criminals. They are going after legal immigration, and we are really starting to feel the effects of that on our economy in various sectors. It's not just agriculture and food shortage. It's in innovation and tech and entrepreneurship and STEM and the things that make us a country of progress. And we are really losing out on opportunity because of these policies. So I think that's the conversation that we need to be having, not, buying this sort of rhetoric, hook, line, and sinker that there's millions of immigrants coming in and taking jobs. It's just actually not the reality. We need an immigrant workforce in this country.
I completely understand that, and I am with you to a point where that if people are here and they're in the process of getting citizenship and they have visas or they have work permits or whatever is allowing them to be here, if they're in the process of trying to get that citizenship, I don't think they should be messed with. I agree with that. But I do not agree with the fact that if you're here illegally, obviously, if you're a criminal, you got to go. But even if you're here illegally and you're not trying to do anything and you're trying to hide under the radar and you don't want to go through the process for whatever reason, that's a problem to me.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I would argue that I've been doing this for 20 years, working with immigrants in Texas. The vast majority of the undocumented population is desperate to come out of the shadows. The vast majority of them are just hardworking family people that would gladly come forward, pay a fine, get legal status, and have a future for themselves. But when we have an administration that dehumanizes these people and tells them, we don't care about you, we'll take you away from your children, we'll put your children in foster care, we'll pick you up at the courthouse when you're trying to do things the right way, naturally, the response and the reaction from this population is fear. And they do want to go into hiding because look what happens when they don't. And so I think that the response from our government needs to be, we understand there's this undocumented population that exists in this country from policies of the past, and it is the reality. We have many, many millions of people here who don't have legal status, and most of them are hardworking. So what do we do about it? Do we want to have a system that keeps them in the shadows and subjugates them and doesn't tell law enforcement who they are, right?
Look, I hear what you're saying here, but you look around the world in immigration situations in other countries here, and those that don't have enforcement going on with the way they handle immigration, they're a hot mess, just like we are right now. So I agree that there's some reform and changes need to be made for folks, but I also I'm a law and order guy, and if you're coming into this country and you're here illegally, then there's consequences to pay for that. So whether that's you get 2 years to be able to get in line and make it happen, but as they've said in the Trump administration, if you self-deport, you're going to be in much better shape than if we have to come get you and get you out of here. So, come back through the line that, allows you to be here legally. So, I'm with you on trying to make some changes to make things smoother and better. But I'm also in favor of, we have federal immigration laws. They need to be upheld.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for being with me. I appreciate you, Kate.
Anytime.
We'll have you back again soon. I appreciate your input.
Thanks much. Bye-bye.
All right.